When you come to visit Farm Science Review, make sure to hop on a shuttle and come visit the Gwynne Conservation Area.
We're going to give you a sneak peek on Extension Today.
Extension Today is sponsored by the Ohio State University College of Food, Agricultural, and Environmental Sciences.
So the Gwynne Conservation Area is 67 acres, a very short shuttle ride down Route 38. And shuttles leave every few minutes from main ground, taking attendees on tours where they will go through woodlands, past a pond, a cabin with educational programs. The Gwynne is to spotlight conservation practices and natural resources. We're back with our friend Nick Zacharick, Farm Science Review Manager, to get some highlights of what you can see when you visit the Gwynne.
So our first stop here at the Gwynne Conservation Area is we want to talk about our honeybees. So we have a pollinator habitat. So this whole area is 67 acres of woodland and prairies and sources of water for them. Is a prime location to be able to do some honeybee research. So we have some researchers up in Worcester at OERDC that are doing some projects with honeybees. And so we have some researchers here in Columbus that will help do the day-to-day activities. And so Dr. Reed Johnson has some projects he's doing with these pollinators. So we're really close to the hives right now. We know that if we don't walk in front of their path from the hive out to the pollinator habitat out here in the prairies where the main source of forage is. So if we don't go in front of that, we'll be safe. So from here, we're gonna go take a look at the plantations next.
Nick, you mentioned we were heading to a plantation. How does this work out as a plantation?
Right now we're looking at our walnut plantation. So the walnuts are about 30 years old. They were planted in 1993. And so the goal of this area is to be able to harvest just like any other landowner would. So if you're a landowner and you have some space that can't be farmed or used for other purposes, like this area in the floodplain right here, if it floods periodically in the spring every year, then it may not be suitable to have other crops, but maybe some type of perennial crop like trees could be another means of being able to eventually have some type of revenue off of that land. And so here we are being able to preserve the land in some way, conserve it, and then also have a growing crop on it as well. So right now we have a monoculture, which means there's just one species of tree that we're looking at right now. So when we look at a diversified hardwood, not only do we have some walnuts, but we also can have other hardwood trees like different oaks, some sycamore. Just imagine if we had a disease or something that affected the walnuts, our whole plantation would be gone. But in this case, we only lost the ash trees and we still have a hardwood plantation that will be valuable for timber one day.
Just like over at Main Grounds, there is a number of educational opportunities here at the Gwynne. I'm going to be talking in the woodland tent about ticks and how you can keep you, your family, and your animals tick safe, but there's going to be classes where they discuss pond management, pollinator habitat, foraging, and edible mushrooms. Pretty much something for everybody. Nick, thank you so much for bringing us over to the Gwynne and giving us a tour of the highlights at the Gwynne Conservation Area.
You're welcome, Tim. Thanks for coming again.
If you want more information on the Gwynne, visit go.osu.edu/Extension Today.
Extension Today is sponsored by the Ohio State University College of Food, Agricultural, and Environmental Sciences.